Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning once again, distinguished guests. Praise the Lord. You're most welcome to yet again the 34th edition of our weekly press and public engagement at the Uganda Law Society Secretariat House by the Radical New Bar. We are very honored to have you in our presence. Name Robert Benon Jirua. I am a litigation officer in the Rule of Law Department at the Uganda Law Society. We are so honored to have you, especially those that are physically present as distinguished guests, the Secretariat, our guests as well as the members that are online that we all know are a very big following for those in the house for you to appreciate. We are streaming live from the Uganda Law Society, and we are also on different spaces online like X, formerly Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So we are here to welcome you to this 34th edition of our weekly press and public engagement, in which we interact with the public and the press and the members generally of the Uganda Law Society, that is the advocates, in our mandate as is given unto us under Section 3 of the Uganda Law Society Act to ensure access to justice and help the government administer justice. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're very welcome. We have an action-packed day ahead of us, and we want to try to very fast get into the day by having an opening prayer that is going to be given unto us by one of our staff, one Agnes Namobiru. Please. Thank you.
Let's humble ourselves for a word of prayer. Father, King of glory, we thank you for today. We bless your name for whatever is going to happen today. We thank you for the wisdom, because you're the all source of wisdom, Lord. We thank you because everything that we are going to do is in your name and for your glory. We bless your name, God, because the interactions we are having shall not leave us the same, and we shall be able to reciprocate the wisdom that we shall get here in our day-to-day activities. Guide us through this whole process. Guide us through and after. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, we prayed and believed. Amen.
Thank you so much, Agnes. We bless the Lord for this far that he has brought us today, a shiny day in the month of September. Happy new month to everybody. As the year goes by, we want to thank God for thus far that we have come, both as individuals and as an organization, as families, as we are out there. Without further ado, we would like to welcome you to the house as the Uganda Law Society by hearing out from our CEO, who is indisposed and has sent a message that is going to be read unto us. But before we begin, we would like to welcome you with the CEO's opening remarks and welcome as well. Thank you so much. By one, Miss Gwenny.
Good morning to you all. My name is Patience Gwenny. I work with the Rule of Law Department, and I'll be reading the CEO's remarks welcoming you for the Rnb. Our special guest today, Honorable Justice Dr. Henry Peter Adonyo, Honorable Major Gertrude Njuba, and the family of the late Sam Kalega Njuba that's here with us. The Treasurer, Mr. Arthur Isiko, all our council members joining us online, our ULS members who are here present with us and those online, our staff, the secretariats, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I warmly welcome you to the 34th Rnblive weekly press and public engagement. This Rnb is different from all the others. We are very honored to have two special icons in the room. One is Honorable Justice Dr. Henry Peter Adonyo. Thank you so much, Your Lordship, for making time to be here with us today. Justice Henry Peter Adonyo will be receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is following from the Digital Transformation Festival that we held on the 14th and 15th of August. We are also honored to be joined by Major Gertrude Njuba. Thank you so much, Madam, for being here with us today. This is in light of the upcoming 16th Annual Rule of Law Week that you'll be hearing more about. Lastly, as a follow-up also from the Tech Festival, we shall be having a handover of the grand prize to one of our winners, Advocate Thari Ronald Muhwezi. Once again, I thank you so much, our special guests, for being here with us today. Special thanks to our members who have been consistent with following our discussions till now that we're on the 34th. The RNB started in January and now we're in the month of September. So thank you so much, our membership and the public. We value your presence and you're all very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gwenny, for those warm words of welcome from our CEO, our mother in the house, who, as we've said, is indisposed. We receive the remarks with warmth wherever you are. May God bless you as you continue to do the work of God and the Uganda Law Society. We want to appreciate the senior citizens that are before us, the distinguished guests for the day who are very, very senior, and we want to thank you and welcome you to the house once again. As it has been said, from January to September, 33 Rnb live sessions down the road, and we are still enjoying with senior citizens, and therefore we appreciate. As we are very aware, the Tech Fest, which was 3 weeks ago, has not yet ended. It was just the beginning. We are continuing to enjoy the fruits of the Tech Fest. You are aware, last week we were entering an MOU with Utamo University, or Utamo, which of course is still open. The members are hereby reminded that there is an offer for graduate certificates to be given unto lawyers and members per se who are called upon to join and get digital skills. We are still also in the presence of the beneficiaries from the Tech Fest who are going to be receiving goodies from the Uganda Law Society. And today we are graced by a very, very distinguished senior citizen and judicial officer who we are very honored to have in the names of Honorable Justice Retired Dr. Henry Peter Adonyo, who is going to be our Lifetime Achievement Award winner for the different skills and effort he has put in the digital space, even when a judicial officer who we are going to be hearing from very soon. But before we do that, we are going to receive a citation from our head of department, Ms. Afra Rapio, in favor of the Achievement Award winner, who then will be presented with the award as we have said before. So, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, we are going to hear from our head of department, Ms. Afra Rapio Audrey, who is going to take us into the next item. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robert. Good morning, everyone. I stand on the protocol that has been observed. Citation for the Radical New Bar, Uganda Law Society Lifetime Achievement Award, presented by Honorable Isaac Chimaze Sekade, Senior Counsel, Radical New Bar President of Uganda Law Society, to Honorable Justice Retired Dr. Henry Peter Adonyo. On the 15th August 2025, at the inaugural Radical New Bar Gala Dinner and Legal Innovations Award Ceremony, which was the climax of the inaugural ULS Digital Transformation Physical, the two-day event dubbed Tech Fest, which took place on 14th and 15th August 2025 at Munyonyo Commonwealth Resort. The Honorable Justice Retired Dr. Henry Peter Adonyo was not able to attend in person, and we missed him dearly. We are now grateful that he's able to join us at the 34th edition of our weekly Rnblive, the hybrid occasion at which the Radical New Bar engages with its over 7,000 members, the press, and the public. I will now deliver the official citation. Whereas Honorable Justice Retired Dr. Henry Peter Adonyo has exemplified unparalleled dedication, innovation, and tech-friendly leadership in the service of justice throughout his distinguished 30-year career in the Uganda judiciary. And whereas commencing in 1994 as a chief magistrate, he played a pivotal role in spearheading the digital transformation of the Uganda judiciary from an analog to a digital system, in purchasing the judiciary's first personal computers and implementing key reforms recommended by earlier studies on the administration of justice. And whereas by 1997, he served as a core member of the judiciary's information technology system, initially chaired by Honorable Lady Justice Sebutinde, and later by Honorable Justice Engoda Ntende and Honorable Justice Geoffrey Kiriawire, respectively, becoming a perpetual engine driving digitalization efforts. And whereas in the year 2000, he headed the Dadida Judiciary Project, successfully negotiating its extension to sustain digitalization initiatives, leading to the launch of the Court Case and Administration System, CCAS, in 1997/1998, and Judiciary's first information strategic plan in 2000. And whereas, supported by a Danida scholarship, he pursued a master's in business administration at Esami, Tanzania, and Maastricht Business School, the Netherlands, with his final research focused on the role of information technology in administration of justice in Uganda, and later expanded into his doctoral studies from 2013 to 2016, providing critical recommendations to alleviate clerical burdens on judicial officers through IT integration. And whereas under his influence, significant milestones were achieved, including improvements of CCAS, establishment of a data center, the Uganda Legal Information Institution, ULI, experimental court recording systems, and the full-scale digitalization journey propelled by the Electronic Court Management System Information System, ECMIS, enabling abundant use of desktops, laptops, audio/video systems for online hearings and online case registration. And whereas his visionary contributions were instrumental in fostering cooperation, communication, and coordination, the 3 Cs, across justice institutions, including linkages between the judiciaries, CCAS, and the Directorate of Public Prosecutions Program System, while acknowledging the foundational support of Chief Justice Emeritus Samuel Wako Wambuzi, Benjamin Odoki, and Bart Katurebe, as well as the current Chief Justice, Alphonse Owindolo. And whereas he has expressed profound gratitude to key collaborators such as Lady Justice Sebutinde, Honorable Justice Frederick Engoda Ntende, Honorable Justice Kiriawire, Mr. Christian Eldon, Dr. Chitogo, the first IT expert assigned to the judiciary, Mr. Kwalinga, Mr. Chikabi Fred, data entrants, judges, magistrates, and the Justice Law and Order sector institution. And whereas, even in his retirement, he continues to serve Uganda humbly through mediation, legal service, and alternative dispute resolution, while advancing research on artificial intelligence and its application in the justice system. Whereas his lifelong commitment to disrupting outdated standards, embracing technology from childhood excitement to judicial reality, and ensuring transparent, accountable institutions align seamlessly with the Radical New Bar's mission to deliver justice to the people of Uganda within the law, in line with our Rnb Vision 2060, premised on decolonization, demilitarization, democratization, and digital transformation. Now, therefore, the Radical New Bar Governing Council of Uganda Law Society, led by its illustrious president, Honorable Isaac Chimaze Simakade, Senior Counsel, in recognition of this extraordinary lifetime achievements, does hereby confer upon Honorable Justice Retired Dr. Henry Peter Adonyo the prestigious Lifetime Award at the inaugural Tech Fest on the 15th of August 2015. May this honor inspire lawyers into two branches of our noble profession, the bench and the bar, to pursue continued excellence and transformative service to the nation. Presented this 15th day, August 2025, at Munyonyo, Kampala, Uganda. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A lot happening out of this place. Very beautiful words of wisdom. And for me, just to say, Honorable, we are so glad to have you. You are very unapologetic, unfiltered, and unscripted in your love for digital transformation, and to have you at that level of service of government with a mindset of the radical new bar, even before we came into power, humbles us and gives us the hope that Vision 2060 is still alive. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your work. And we would like to invite the Honorable Treasurer, who is in the House, our Governor, Bank of ULS, to present the award as has been spelled out, in order to appreciate the Honorable Justice for his tremendous efforts. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Executive Council of Uganda Law Society, I would like to take this singular honor to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to the Honorable Justice Henry Peter Adonyo. Allow me read the particulars on this award as scripted by the President of Uganda Law Society, Mr. Isaac Semakade. This is a Lifetime Achievement Award presented to Honorable Justice Henry Peter Adonyo in recognition of your pioneering work in digital transformation and innovative approaches to justice in Uganda. Signed by Isaac Semakade, President of the Uganda Law Society. So, my Lord, allow me take this privilege to invite you to the podium. Please, some hands for the Honorable Justice. My Lord, it is a great honor and privilege to stand before you today as we recognize the distinguished effort of service that you have contributed to the administration of justice in Uganda. This is an award, a token of appreciation for your unwavering commitment to integrity, fairness, and the rule of law. Your Lordship, in honoring you today, we not only celebrate you and your personal achievements, but also want to reaffirm our faith in the judiciary as a pillar of justice and accountability. With utmost respect, allow me issue you this award from the Uganda Law Society in recognition for your efforts. Thank you. My Lord, at this juncture, I would like to give you the podium so that you can actually issue out your acceptance speech.
Thank you very much, I'm told you're the governor of the resources of the Uganda Law Society. Thank you very much for representing the Radical New Bar and also presenting me with this award. As I made in my speech, which I sent earlier, and I attended that function online because I was not in Kampala. I stated that I'm very grateful to the Radical New Bar because, one, this is not the first time I'm being awarded something by Uganda Law Society. In 2020, I was awarded another award by the then president, Mr. Kinobe, for the role of law. So I'm very grateful to Uganda Law Society because I think they are tracking what I'm doing and seeing that whatever I'm doing in this country is useful. And I thank you all very much for recognizing me. And as I stated in my speech, which I wrote, it is very important to recognize the achievement of people who have tried to ensure that this country changes from what they were to what we hope it should be. I'm one of those people who are I think I have that urge to see that things keep on improving. And it has been in my nature. And at a very young age, I always try to improve whatever I have been given. And that urge is still there, and I continue to do so. In relation to what this achievement of today, I can say that I've always been wanting and needing to have things work better and better for administration of justice. And in that respect, I've put myself in position of ensuring there are a number of reforms. In fact, most of the reforms you see, not only in the judiciary, but in the justice system in Uganda, has my signature on it. With the chairperson, critical arm. So whatever you see improvement in the police, in the DPP, in the prisons and so forth, I've been in it. Even in Uganda Law Society, because I used to, for the 7 years when I was chairperson, we were having big amount of money which were being distributed to various, I think 18, 19 institutions under justice law and other sector, including law schools, including Law Development Center. If you go to Law Development Center, I think you see that big hall. That is one of the things which we built there to ensure that young people get access to legal education in a comfortable area. If you go to the countryside, you'll see police stations, you'll see court halls, you'll see DPP offices, you'll see which are next to each other, because our belief is that when you put these institutions next to each other, it saves not only the time, but also it brings interaction between these institutions, because all of them are there to ensure that there's administration of justice. Maybe some of you don't know, in the earlier times, you could find a court is here, and a prison is in Luero. And the prisoners have to be brought from there. By the time they reach court, it is already maybe 3 o'clock. And sometimes they don't have a vehicle. Sometimes they have to walk. And most times some of the prisoners will escape. So one of the things which we did in the justice law and other sector is to provide facilities to be nearby each other. And where there are it is not possible, we provide transport. And that's how some of the reforms you see now, at least there's some sense of coordination and cooperation among these institutions. The other aspect, of course, is the IT. As it has been mentioned, I was the first judicial officer to do an MBA specifically related to the role of information technology in the administration of justice, the first ever. In Africa even, because I think when I was in Isami, they asked, how can a judicial officer be doing this? Because they didn't think that somebody could do who's a lawyer would now go to the other side where. But I did that on the belief that when we do these things, we don't only recite the law, we must also manage the law and make sure that it serves the people. And that way, I think you've seen for yourself what is happening. One of the achievement which I'm very proud of is that because of IT, we have been able to narrow the distance between the courts and the people who need court services. Now you can sit in a court and a witness whom we used to pay a lot of money maybe to come from very far away can comfortably be in their homes and testify from their homes. Even an accused person you have seen, they can be if they're in custody, they can be in the prisons, and they appear in court without necessarily these logistical problems of coming to court. So those are some of the very major achievements which has enabled the administration of justice to be easier for the people and making it nearer to the people. So I'm very glad to be to have been part and parcel of this, and I can still tell you that I'm currently researching on the novel thing they call AI in administration of justice. Maybe I'll come. I'm about to finish it. When I come out, I'll maybe present it out and see whether AI can be used. But of course, one thing which in my research, I've found some lawyers, unfortunately, are using AI to research for them, and the AI is very dangerous. One of the things I can see, because it can quote you a case which has never existed. And I think in the US, some lawyers have been reprimanded, and one in custody because of citing a case, a non-existent case. So you have to be very careful, because it can be manipulated. So, but AI is good, but then you must use it when you do the research yourself, and let the AI help you to perfect the research, but not the other way around. So I thank you very much, Radical Bar, led by we call perpendicular president and the council for recognizing me. I thank you very much. May God bless you all, and I thank you for recognizing me. Thank you.
I think as a Uganda Law Society, we have defied culture. Normally they say Basimo Genze. We have decided to honor the retired Honorable Justice in his life. The achievements, what he has done is a testament that if indeed you stand for fairness, if indeed you stand for ensuring that people actually can have access to justice, then history will always judge you well. So at this juncture, allow me to call back the MC to further coordinate on how the function of the court will move.
Thank you so much to the governor of Uganda Law Society for that honorable task. That is very, very noble to recognize our old man, our Muzei, who is ably in position to identify with us. And your speech that you sent before, having spoken your words from the heart, also shows that from around 1994, you have been transforming the Uganda judiciary from analog to digital. That is before some of us were born, but of course we can't say that for your neighbor who already has another story altogether. So you must have been in the struggle together, and we want to appreciate that the Uganda Law Society is able to bring the two of you close to each other to share one vision, and we are very honored. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we're here looking back from the Tech Fest to the individual awards for those that have put in effort to build the country and also identify with the Radical New Bar, the young blood and the energy that is steaming out of the Radical New Bar under the leadership of Senior Counsel Isaac K. Semakade. For you to come and identify with us, we are honored. Ladies and gentlemen, still about the Tech Fest, we are still going to honor one more awardee that is in the house with us, and we want to make this a runner so that we don't lose course. We got an award to give out to the Uganda Court Reporters Association that is also involved, like we said before, with the digital transformation, and in the house without spending so much time and still in the same light, not to make the governor get so comfortable, because it's his role to give out what is supposed to be recognized. We have with us Miss Namamonde Deborah, an experienced court reporter at UBC Television, representing Uganda Court Reporters Association, which is belonging to one of the different groups that always cover us and cover court matters. And we're so grateful that she's here with us. We are, of course, communicating to the different award winners who were various, if you remember the Tech Fest, and their time of arrival for the awards is varying. So today we are honored to have another one, and would like to welcome the Honorable Treasurer to present this award so as to go to the next agenda item. Ladies and gentlemen, the Treasurer of the Uganda Law Society.
Thank you so much, Mr. MC. On behalf of the Radical Nuba, it is my singular honor to present the Digital Excellency Award to the Uganda Court Reporters Association in honor of your outstanding contribution to digital transformation and innovation by harnessing technology to profoundly inspire a deeper understanding of the law and legal system among Ugandans. Isaac K. Semakadde, President of Uganda Law Society, hereby honors you with the Digital Excellency Award from the Radical New Bar. I think, like I've said, that is a testament. People are making rounds in Madam, before you exit the stage, we would want to give you the opportunity to make your acceptance speech in respect to the award that has just been awarded to you by the Radical New Bar.
Thank you so much, MC, and everyone. A good morning. I'm very honored to receive this award because I can't believe it that you've appreciated me, because we are always behind the cameras, just behind the computers, editing stories and sort of. But if someone comes out and says that you really deserve this, I'm really grateful about this. I've spent like over 10 years reporting court. It's part of me. I know court stories, those ones who do news, they always say that they don't pay. That one I can tell you, because it's not like you go to the general field, like you expect something at the end of covering a story, but that passion, there is that passion that moves you, that you have to cover a story. Even if it takes like 10 years, or 7 years, you still just cover the story and you leave. I just want to say that thank you. I have nothing much to say, but if someone appreciates you, you really get that energy with you. I didn't know that you can appreciate me. What I can say, it is all about passion. It is all about passion. Not like the payers have said, because stories take long and everything. It is all about passion. Because of passion, I think that is the reason I've got this award, not that I've worked a lot. Thank you so much, Uganda Law Society.
Indeed, like they normally say, teachers and reporters never get old. When you say I've been in practice for not less than 10 years, and you're still looking as young as you are, that just shows that we should bring in more people in the reporting department. At this time,
I don't think they have come. Most of them are still engaged because of some court stories. Okay. But the good thing I've represented for them.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So let's take back the mic to the MC for the day. All right.
All right, as the pictures are being taken for us to identify with the follow-up and accountability, like she has said, it's passion that has driven her there. It is passion that eventually pays off either by recognition or by payment, but more important, like we have seen, is really the passion, and the Radical New Bar is passionate about digital transformation, because it's one of the tenets in the 4Ds: digital transformation, decolonization, and democratization and demilitarization. Each of them has its own way of being explained in way of action, and the one of digital transformation has been the Tech Fest and eventual awards and the culmination into what we are seeing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with the first agenda item. The next is very exciting. All right. Thank you so much. The next is nail biting. The next is exciting. The next is so radical new bar, because we are always intentional on keeping you at the edge of your seat, because every other week is a new, either one topic or two, at least to bring to you people access to justice. So we would like to take this honor to respect a request from the justice who has another program to run. We would like to excuse him because he has served at least the better part of his task to come and identify with us and receive his award. He has kindly requested that we excuse him. We are not going to reject. We would like to request you, before you go, to take a group picture with the guests for the day, as is the norm. And I know because of Mommy's inability to move, we shall request that it be taken from there. Is that okay? I believe that is better. Honorable Justice, as you excuse yourself, would like to bless you by the grace of God. May you go in his name. May the Holy Spirit go ahead of you. May you be blessed for your efforts. And we hope we can interact with you further after this. Thank you so much, and God bless. Thank you. Yes, we are moving on. Like I said, we are always ready to keep you at the edge of your seat. This is the Radical New Bar, story after story, item after item, eye-catching item at that. The Tech Fest was 2 weeks ago, and just in the corner, we have another grandeur exhibition of our prowess and our abilities in what we want to call the Rule of Law Week, which is celebrated every year in the year, as the year gets done of the ensuing council, as the year gets to a climax, there's always a norm of conducting what we call a rule of law week. And this time round, it is going to be less than 2 weeks from now. We are curbing it down to the 15th and the 18th, the rule of law week. And we already know that there's a lot of questions about it. We know there's a lot of questions about what it is to be said to be a rule of law week. And today, the rule of law week is going to be launched by the Uganda Law Society, because we are behind the rule of law week, in which we reach out to the public to create awareness about issues, rule of law, governance, and transparency, as well as how to operate with the government. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce the agenda item of the Rule of Law Week, and we are going to welcome the head of department, Miss Apio Afra Audrey, who is going to take us through the idea of what it is about the Rule of Law Week, so as to appreciate and also engage you and give you an idea about what's going to happen. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Afra Apio Audrey.
Thank you, Robert. As he has rightly said, we are here to launch the Rule of Law Week, and I'll take you through what we intend to do as Uganda Law Society for the Rule of Law Week. For the past 15 years, the Uganda Law Society has commemorated the Rule of Law Week in fulfillment of its mandate to promote the rule of law. For this year, the week features a series of extramural activities across Uganda to raise awareness on critical rule of law issues. The 16th Annual Rule of Law Week is scheduled for 15th to 19th September 2025. It comes at a pivotal moment as Uganda prepares for the February 2026 presidential, parliamentary, and local government elections against a backdrop of recent electoral violence. According to the 2024 World Justice Project Rule of Law Index, Uganda was ranked 126th out of 142 countries, reflecting significant challenges in upholding the rule of law. The 2023 Mo Ibrahim Index of African Governance scores Uganda 49.1 out of 100 in overall governance, placing it 26th out of 54 African countries. The report also makes an assessment over the decade from 2014 to 2023 and notes that overall governance levels in Uganda has shown a troubling decline, driven by persistent electoral violence, a strained justice system, and concerns over judicial independence. Despite these challenges, the legal profession in Uganda has grown. The ULS membership has surged from 1,500 advocates 15 years ago to 7,559 today, and the number of accredited law schools has increased from 5 to 19. Unfortunately, the generation of iconic lawyers who framed the 1995 Constitution and shaped the profession has since retired or passed on, leaving a gap in leadership and the rule of law advocacy. It is in this context the 16th Rule of Law Week draws inspiration from the late Sam Kalega Juba, Senior Counsel, a former ULS president, 1978 to 79, a framer of the Constitution, a politician, and a champion of justice. The chosen theme, remembering Sam Kalega Juba, Senior Counsel, strengthening the rule of law through collective responsibility for peace and democracy and development, underscores the role of lawyers, policymakers, civil society, and citizens in fostering peace, unity, and respect for the rule of law during Uganda's electoral transition. The Rule of Law Week, will commence with court users' assemblies in the Greater Masaka region, which experienced a historic sit-down strike by the Greater Masaka Bar in June 2025 due to case backlog and a shortage of judicial officers. Building on the success of digital town halls from the 15th edition, the week will culminate in a Sam Juba Senior Council Memorial Lecture, celebrating his legacy as a rule of law advocate, former academic, and Minister for Constitutional Affairs. The week will be deemed successful if it sparks collective action to address contemporary rule of law challenges, including the justice crisis in the Greater Masaka region, marked by case backlogs and judicial staffing shortages, the police to prison pipeline, focusing on wrongful arrests, bail controversies, pretrial detention, and lack of accountability in investigations and prosecutions, shortfalls in judicial independence, accountability, case management, and staffing, barriers to electoral justice, emphasizing the judiciary's role in ensuring peaceful, free, and fair elections. Then lastly, ongoing concerns about militarization and its impact on the democratic processes. The overall aim of the week is to raise civic awareness about electoral participation, promote violence-free elections, and highlight the role of stakeholders in ensuring justice and the rule of law during the 2026 election period. This will be achieved through a mix of traditional and innovative engagements, including X-Spaces, radio and TV talk shows, court user assemblies, panel discussions, and community sensitizations with a special focus on engaging young, less educated, and marginalized communities. I now invite Ms. Patience Gweni to give us a breakdown of the activities for the week from 15th to 19th September 2025. Thank you.
Good morning once again. To take you through the proposed schedule for the Rule of Law Week, the week will be starting on Saturday, the 13th. That will be to launch, to get into the week. That will start with an Express in the morning with our President, Isaac Semakade, and the Rule of Law Department, taking you through what to expect during the week. Secondly, also still on that day, we shall start with a social media challenge where we are inviting all the youth to participate. This is targeted towards youth aged 15 to 30 to post videos, short videos on TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms under the hashtag Rule of Law Youth Voices. This is to, as Afra said, this week we are trying to be as inclusive as we can. We believe that justice can only be achieved through a collective approach, so there's no leaving anyone behind. The young people should be involved in these discussions. Then on Monday, which will be the official start of the week, as Afra mentioned, the focus of the week is on one of the issues the week focuses on is on the recent sit-down strike that was done by the Masaka Bar, where they were striking against understaffing of judicial officers in their region, causing a lot of case backlog. So we shall start off the week with court user assemblies in Greater Masaka region, as well as other high court circuits countrywide. We recognize that this issue is not only in Masaka, but several regions in Uganda are facing the same challenge. Then there will be also TV and radio appearances throughout the week by our ULS members and led by the council. We shall have mobile legal aid clinics. We call upon our members to join us for this mobile legal aid clinics, with our members reaching down to the communities and hearing from them and offering legal advice on different issues, but major focus is on land disputes, bail, and voter rights. Also to note, every day shall have an X space, and for Monday in particular, the X space topic shall be radical solutions to the backlog crisis. Tuesday will be similar to Monday in terms of the court user assemblies in Greater Masaka and other regions. We shall also have the rule of law football / netball gala. This is to engage communities outside, to give it some other sporty vibe with the games, and where they'll also have platforms for discussion. This will attract young people and have an informal setting to discuss the rule of law. The X space for that day will focus on the police to prison pipeline, focusing on accountability in investigations and prosecution of crime. And the topic is who polices the police and prosecutes the prosecutors. Wednesday, we shall be having a panel discussion, which will also still be following on the previous day's discussion. This will still be on the police to prison pipeline. And the topic for Wednesday shall be a critical review of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution in the last 30 years. We shall also have a rule of law art exhibition, and we shall put out a call for art display, and which will be done here at the ULS house. Kindly note, still on the X spaces, that we have put out a call as of this week, calling for speakers. Anyone who is interested to speak, the X spaces will be starting every day at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Anyone who is interested to speak, to moderate a session, kindly do write to us. The email addresses are there on the flyer, the advert, which can be accessed on our social media pages and membership emails. Then on Thursday, that will be, I think, the grand day for the week. We shall be having the Sam Kaleganjua Memorial Lecture, which will be held here at the ULS house. We're honored to have Mama Gertrude here, and we shall dive deeper into that after me. Also radio and TV appearances, as well as community dialogue circles, which are to facilitate discussions in rural and peri-urban areas. This will be led by our membership in the different areas, as well as cultural leaders focusing on electoral justice and peace building. The X space for Thursday shall be on a broken system, decrying shortfalls in judicial independence and accountability. Friday will be the last day, and we shall close the week with an inter-university rule of law symposium, which will be hosted by Makere University Rule of Law Club. We shall also continue with the community dialogue circles, as well as an X space that will close the week. The X space of that day shall be securing democracy, overcoming electoral justice barriers, and curbing militarization in Uganda's electoral processes. Yes, so that's a rundown of the week. Once again, we call upon our membership to kindly be involved in this week. There are several activities, several speaking opportunities, panel discussions, and many others. Also, the youth, the general public, you're very welcome to join the week's discussions. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Some people keep asking, ULS Muchikola Mutia. Recently, we had a Pro Bono week. The other week, we had a Tech Fest week. This time round, we're going to have a rule of law week, and we are not getting to stop any time. It is unscripted, unfiltered, and we are unapologetic because we are here to espouse the rule of law, and that is our mandate. So we want to thank you. As you've heard, it's going to be an action-packed week, day after day. And for those that have not heard the president's voice in a very long time, you are very welcome to the X Space on Saturday. We all know that he blends it with a lecture, which is not paid for. All you have to do is log into your details and join that X Space, and you'll hear a lot more about the Rule of Law Week on Saturday. That, as she has said, is going to be the beginning of the day, of the week rather, and on Monday, as has been said, we shall have a lot. We are welcoming everybody, regardless of profession. We're welcoming lawyers, we're welcoming advocates, we're welcoming members of the public, we're welcoming everybody. Like has been said, there is a lot of information to gather out there. There's a lot of participation. It's a Monday to Friday, very important week, and we are going to identify with that nature of business next week. So you are very, very much requested to come and join us, and it is without a doubt that the country, the Uganda Law Society, and all of us are going to benefit from this day. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a vibe, there is some spots, as has been said. Those who might not want to identify so much with the English, come and at least speak the English on the pitch. Please follow the program. We are going to share this program, of course, with the members generally, and we want to make sure that everybody is informed. There is X spaces every day for those days that are going to be running. They are going to be at 7 p.m., and we are going to request that those that want to moderate, those that want to participate, you do your research, because we are a research-based organization, and it is our role to bring hard information to you, and in that regard, it is because we want to make sure you get access to justice. And because a lot is going to be said about the week, and the theme is going to be coined around one of the most senior members that we had for a long time as a country, as has been said, the late Sam Njuba, Senior Counsel. For those that are advocates, you're aware he was one of us. And it is the very reason that we want to identify with a theme that is going to celebrate him as one of the most iconic rule of law champions. And without knowing so much, we would like to at least bring the closest that was with him when still alive, and that's none other than the family that is here with us. And we are joined by Colin K. Njuba, who is the son of Senior Counsel, the late. We are joined by Nantamu Pauline, who is a personal assistant to Mama, who is here with us. And we are also joined by Veronica Nantege Njuba, who is a daughter as well to the late. And we are joined as well by Mr. Bariomumaisho Joseph, who is a personal assistant as well to Mama. But the Mama we are talking about is a retired major of the UPDF. She was born in 1944 at the end of the World War II. Of course, not so many of us were here. That makes her a paltry 81 years old. First clap for that, guys. Clap for her. While still living, her parents were the late Bishop Yokana B. Mukasa and the late Miss Nora Nakachwa Mukasa. She got married to Samuel Kalega Njuba in 1964. I know we're all not here by that time except a few. We're not going to mention names. And God blessed them with 12 children, except for the 5 years of the NRM/NRA war, which of course now some people here can identify with. We shall not mention names. She has been a public servant since 1963. Another hand clap, guys. Oh my God. And she isn't tired. She is still working. And currently she is a senior presidential advisor on political affairs and the head of Department of Land Matters in the State House. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and the corporate honor of the Uganda Law Society to introduce to you Miss or Afande or retired Gertrude Nora Nanyunja Njuba. Mama, we do not know how to start by thanking you. It is so much an honor to have you around. As you are climbing the stairs, my heart leapt. You showed how strong you are at your age, because, we don't have to check your birth certificate. Clearly, you are one of the strongest at the age that you've mentioned to interact with us. Thank you so much for making it here. And the family, thank you so much. The way you came, very humble, escorting mommy, only speaks volumes of the unity, the love, and the warmth with which you're living, in memory of a very iconic senior citizen of the country who Mama is going to tell us about. And we want to thank you for making it possible for Mama to come here. There were options to have it either home or at a lower level, like we all discussed, but she insisted I will go to the hall where the session is going to be held. So let's clap for Mama for coming here. It's very important that we recognize the efforts. And we want to take this opportunity, Mama, because of your inability to climb up here, to try to have an interactive session with you, if it's okay. We are going to also request that the microphone before you be activated, either by the Honorable Treasurer, so that you don't have to move. And it is going to be more of a Q&A, but please feel free to take it out. Let the people know who we are dealing with. Let the people know who very many of us, the young blood, did not have an opportunity to interact with in Senior Council the late, and let the people know what is on your mind, especially about the Rule of Law Week that we are going to be conducting in celebration of your sweetheart. I hope that was what was going on that time. I don't know, you will tell us what you used to call yourselves those days. For us, it's sweetheart, sweet kamonde, some sweet words. So we want to use this opportunity to get to know more. So if it pleases you, we would like to engage in a question and answer. And the first question that, of course, people will also follow up after will be, what made you a daughter of a bishop, a wife of an advocate who had himself been president of ULS, yourself being a public servant, join the Bush War? Because the figures we are speaking, 1944, 1963, that speaks a lot, and yet you're still able to come and interact with us. Very many of either your contemporaries are not here or they can't move. And we want to know what was behind the decision for you to join the Bush War at the time when it was very tumultuous and very, very unsafe. Please, Mama.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Honorable Treasurer, and you said you are now standing in for the chairman? The president. Oh, you went back to the presidency. Amin said he was the only president, and that's one reason why Simon Jua was in prison. Ladies and gentlemen, first I wish to thank Law Society, Uganda Law Society, for remembering Sam Kaleganjuba. Thank you very, very much, because people die every day. And for a country's law society to pick out one person that year and say we are going to celebrate his life, I think that is something that the family needs to thank their law society for. Thank you very much. And I'm saying this on behalf of the whole family. Before I go to this question, I need to react to this. What do you call this? It is. No, yes, those ones there, especially the one of decolonization, and as Mama Afro was reading the citation, I noted the words disruption and decolonization. Until today, because even yesterday I was complaining to the Law Society, you guys, you remain in the past all the time. You protect the past as if the past has not passed. But today, having heard from the citation, I realize that the Law Society is trying to decolonize, disrupt, first of all, because the thing was wrapped and given to us by the British, and we need to undo it, untie it, and I'm happy that the Law Society has started on it. I thank His Lordship, Dr. Adonyo, for taking a leading part in disrupting and trying to decolonize, demilitarize. I don't know whether the demilitarized part should be complete, because sometimes without those things, you don't get the peace. I don't know, but you'll see how to do it. After all, you are the lawyers. But I'm very happy to know that you are now determined to change things, and we start, we form something for ourselves, for the present day life, and then we protect that. Thank you very much. So back to the question, why did you join the Bush War? You were a daughter of a bishop, a wife of the chairman of the Uganda Law Society. You know, in those days, I may have been one of the few women who used to drive a car, and I was an income tax officer in the income tax department of the time. I think my biggest misfortune in life has been the day I met this man, Sam Njuba. This is why I ended up in the bush, and now as a retired major. I was a humble, staunch Protestant woman. But then I got married to another son of a reverend, but who became a lawyer and eventually became the chairman of the Uganda, the president of the Uganda Law Society. First, he annoyed the powers of the day by being called president. And we had to go through a lot of struggle for that until the name was changed to chairman now. I note now you have gone back. Then as chairman, the Law Society would want to communicate to the country, and the chairman would be the one to communicate, of course. And then he would go to prison, and then we would run to this one, we would run to that one. It is really a miracle that this man survived that period, those governments of that time. But where did that end? We eventually met a radical person in the name of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Because one day I had gone there to request him to release Njuba. Then he said, which Njuba are you talking about? Is it the one who was in Dar es Salaam? And I said, yes, I think that's the one. And then from there, things happened. He was released, but he was released from prison, but we were captured by the struggle that led to the liberation war of NRA. That's how I ended up there. I don't regret it because I learned a lot of things there. My joining was not so that I liberate you guys. No, it wasn't. It was so that I liberate this family here. That is the truth. This family is suffering, let's go. We learn how to kill people, and we come and kill these people in power. That was the idea. This thing of let's liberate Africa, let's liberate Uganda, that is something that was put in us by Yoweri Museveni. But now I believe in it. I'm a convert, a real convert of African liberation. And that's why I'm so happy that the Law Society is also beginning to decolonize. I'm very happy. So that's how I ended up in the struggle. I'm sorry I've taken long, I sometimes find it difficult to explain things in a short time.
Mommy, we are with you.
Thank you.
We are asking you about something historic. We're asking you about something that we cannot rush you in as far as giving the history is concerned, because this is the foundation of our Rule of Law Week activity. It means we need to understand what we are going to come in terms with. So we are still in the question and answer. Thank you so much for the history. It's very rich. And that decision of yours was very, very unique. Not very many people make that decision. And of course, now we are imagining that you are a Mrs. Njuba rather, and he is a very, very strong and active constitutional lawyer. We are seeing him interact with the government in as far as promulgating the 1995 Constitution. We are seeing a lot happening, and we are wondering how, in all ways, were you in position to keep up?
Maybe I need to also tell you that when Njuba was doing his master's in Belfast University, Njuba was a very fast speaker. He was, I don't know how to call it. In Uganda, we call it okunanagiramu, a bit. And even his writing was a bit like that. He would write and not cross T's and not... and at the time he did his master's, we were using the typewriter. And I'm not talking about in Uganda. I'm talking about in Britain. They were using typewriters to write his work. So the typist found it difficult to follow his work. So he appointed me his assistant, because I went with him. He appointed me his assistant. He would write in his way. I had learned to interpret whatever he writes and whatever he says. I would write you in longhand, rewrite what he was writing and give it to the typist. So that way I also benefited a bit in a constitutional law and labor law. So he did labor law and constitutional law. I benefited a bit. And maybe that helped me to keep up with him. I had to do the interpretation sometimes when he talked and people didn't understand.
Wow, that's interesting. We always learn from the best, and you are a student of one of the best.
Thank you.
Here you are teaching us. And we're also wondering, what has motivated you to continue serving as a civil servant up to now? Because, like I said, your contemporaries are either in the village, quote unquote. Some have really retired and chose to stay back home. But you're so active in civil service. It's like you're a sweet 16, very young, you know? The smile, the energy. What is keeping you motivated to continue serving the nation up to date from 1963? It's quite a long time. Please.
Much of this really is the work of God. I don't think I was special. It's God that has given me this energy, and a lot of it is that I married my friend. I got married to a friend. He was my friend. He was my hero and a football player, and we got this family. We used to have a child almost every year. So by the time, that's how we ended up with a group like the one of Jesus, with whom he did his work. The 12 children, and I must thank God we are together. Although we are scattered all over the world, we still keep together. With modern technology, it's not very difficult. So that's what is keeping me alive. And the other thing, by the way, is sometimes I look at what is happening on the street and I wonder what is going on. Are we going to hand over power to this group? You know, sometimes we forget about you, young people who are in these boardrooms talking. The young people we see every day are the ones on the street, the ones that we see in the social media. And when they talk, you say, my God, is this the world I'm going to leave behind? I don't know how you feel. How do you feel about the social media and the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they, hey, that also keeps you thinking, let me hang on a little bit. Maybe we shall identify. And I can see you are there. Yeah, I haven't been meeting you, but you are there. I have nothing to fear. You are around. There are many lawyers around. Please come up. You see the problem of in modern times, people who can hold the country together run away from politics. If you run away from politics, we shall always be governed by hooligans. And don't expect the rule of law to be followed if hooligans are the ones in power. Because unfortunately, your constitution gives the politicians powers over you. So if decent people don't join politics, the indecent people are anxious to take over and continue using the political power to keep you down. So please don't think politics like we thought before, that it's a dirty game. It's not. It's dirty because you allow dirty people to go there. If clean people go to politics, politics will be a clean game. That's why I'm still alive. I want you guys to join politics.
All right, that is a clarion call. As you've heard, 12 kids, 12 years. Join politics. Imagine that marathon. Mommy, you are not an easy person. You're a very serious person. We appreciate that. Thank you for the words of wisdom. And we want to move away from you just being a civil servant, but you being a lady. We don't boast of a very big list of iconic mothers and women. Of course, there are just a few that we know. Of course, we have a number of them. The late Cecilia Gual was one of them. I'm very certain you had an interaction with her.
Sure.
And we are wondering how challenging was it for you as a mother, as a wife of a politician, as a wife of a lawyer, and still as a woman, for you to climb the ladders and reach thus far that you did? What challenges were you facing, and how can that, resonate with the ladies in here who are looking up to you? I recently went to the offices of the UPDF headquarters, and I had a story about you, very interesting, that whenever they see you, you're only greeted by senior servicemen, generals, and people are wondering, who is this lady? She's not in uniform, but generals are saluting as a lady, as a woman, as a mother, as the leader that you are. How challenging has it been, and how have you overcome some of these challenges to date?
Thank you. Again, I'll go back to God.
Amen.
God gives you the guidance. What I have seen in life is be yourself. Don't become a boss. Be a person. If somebody is above you, respect them. Give them their respect. If somebody is under you, respect them and allow them to do their work. Criticize them when they are wrong. Praise them when they do good. So make them friends. What I do is I make everybody around me a friend, unless you refuse to become a friend. If you refuse, there is nothing I can do. But otherwise, everybody who comes around me is a friend. And because you have so many friends, when you are still breastfeeding, those friends around will help you. In our culture, it was very difficult to find a home with just the father and the mother. You start a home and you are just two in the house. It was very difficult. There would always be relatives with you, and they look after the children. And of course, our children, for us, we were not following the law to the letter. This one of saying, don't beat the child, don't bark, don't what. Hey, after we used to bark. Stop it. These days, I hear children can even take you to court for barking at them. Yes. But you know, when I compare our children and your children, I think our children are doing better than what your children will do. Because sometimes when you're a child, you want to test what will happen if I touch that bottle. Yeah? But if daddy looks at you with a terrible eye, you will not touch you will not, I'm not supposed to touch the bottle. So you supervise yourself. It wasn't as difficult as it is today because we had relatives around, we had friends around, and everybody looked after everybody's child. That was a bit easy. The other one, of course, is we didn't have crimes like stealing children. That's a modern crime. When a child is moving around the village, he's protected by everybody and he will go back home in the evening. So it was a bit difficult because you are a housewife, you are a mother, you are a civil servant, you are, and I was, even as a civil servant, I was one of the, I started the struggle for the women to be paid the same salary in government. Do you know that women used to get a lower salary in government? You graduate together, you start working on the same day, and at the end of the month, you are a girl, you get a different salary. This boy who came out of school with you and who probably had lower marks than you did will get a better salary because he's a man. We fought that first at East African community level, and then it came down to the governments. So it was easier to live because people were easier to handle, and children were easier to handle. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You speak so much into what still affects us, inequality. Like you've said, you fought that. Thank you so much. We appreciate. But you know, we're still experiencing some of these injustices. And that is why we are here talking about the rule of law. You have had an experience from your year of birth, 1944, to go through so many governments, at least in Uganda, even before independence. The rule of law has been evolving. Our performance as Uganda is terrible. You should be aware.
Yeah,
we are not performing so well.
I heard from Mama.
Yeah,
we are not doing well.
The more Ibrahim report is really, really unfortunate. But you can also testify that there has been a difference from when it was then to now. The members, majority of the members listening in to you are young lads, young people who could not have had an experience of what transpired then. How has the rule of law performance been through the years, through the governments, and how can you use this opportunity to mentor the youth about rule of law? Because truth be told, there is not so many who understand it apart from hearing it. We want to use the opportunity as the Uganda Law Society, in partnership with such iconic stalwarts like you, to reach out to the members of society to understand the rule of law. What, in comparison from then to now, still regarding rule of law, and also in conjunction with the week that we are going to conduct and have all those activities, what is there for you to tell us about rule of law in Uganda?
First, there are two things that we need to know, I think.
Yes.
One, that whatever you do, you cannot teach the rule of law to people after they have formed, after they are old, and the rule of law should be taught from the beginning of life. So you need to do something about the law to allow the parent to bring up his children. If the parents treat the children with fear, you can see parents fearing children these days in modern life. The parents are begging children to do things. Now, these children get out of the home, they go to the world expecting everybody to be begging them. How do you think they will follow the rule of law? They can't, because they think everybody must kneel down to get them to do something. Secondly, when you have a government which must run the country, and you are running this type of population, how do you expect that the policeman, who was also brought up in the same way, but he is now armed, to do the rule of law? So everything starts at the beginning, in the family. The family is very important. How do you bring up your children? If you bring up your children fearing them, they will grow up expecting everybody else to fear. So the civil servant expects his boss to fear. The population along the street expects the policeman to fear. That's why you see a policeman is holding a gun and this civilian picks a stone to throw. What do you think is going to happen eventually? Is it the stone that will kill the policeman, or the gun will kill the civilian? So the rule of law should start in the house, at home. Secondly, you need to do or to encourage these departments of government which deal with the economy to stop looking to the rest of the world for running or maintaining our economy. Let's shut off the debts, the what, and concentrate on what God gave us, and we make our own economy. Because we are rich, but we are lazy, we allow other people to come and take our minerals, and then we go and borrow money from them. So if you are not independent economically, it will be difficult for you to maintain the rule of law. So if you deal with those two things, upbringing and the economy, so that we have enough money to go around. Right now, we don't have enough to go around, even if we work hard. Our economy is very small.
Wow, thank you so much. Your answers are off cuff. They are very touching. It's a counseling session that we didn't pay for. We want to thank you for these words of wisdom. But as you said, you married a friend. And that for us, that for me, of course, also as a married man, speaks into my heart, because my wife is the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me. I married the best person. I married my friend. Good. And I can testify to what you're saying. And the difference is I'm not a soldier, of course. I'm not as high as senior counsel the late was. And you're talking about upbringing. So how did you having a best friend in your marriage, you having 12 children, correlate with the book that we are reading of the late, that is speaking into the rule of law and is being read at schools, it's being read by the Uganda Law Society members to speak into the week that we are going to celebrate in recognition of his efforts. While he was acknowledging, you are the last person he acknowledged. He saved the best for the last, because you had, if not the greatest impact on him as far as writing the book was concerned. How was that experience? And what excerpts, really, even if you didn't go so deep into it, would you pick out for us that should be something to pick from?
They asked me that question last night, and up to now I'm still I'm still contemplating. But I think, what did Sam Njuba want to communicate? Look at the title of the book. He wanted to communicate that in the end, he was a bit disappointed. he didn't really get what he had sacrificed so much for. So if you need to read the whole book to be able to get out what is it that he was disappointed about. I request you to go and read the book, read it all, and at the end of it, try to find out what is it that made him feel betrayed. It was not me. You won't find that there. That the colleagues, the people he worked with, sometimes disappointed him. And maybe that's what we need to learn when we go out when we partner to do something. We should try to move together. I don't want to elaborate more than that. Otherwise, you won't read the book.
Yeah, clearly. We're encouraged to buy the book. We're going to give some information about the book. It is one of the most interesting books you want to read as far as appreciating the history of Uganda is concerned. It's, of course, Uganda's history has been tumultuous. It's been up and down. And that book, sincerely, for you to appreciate Uganda's history, especially political history, you need to get a copy of the book. We're going to be announcing how you can get the book, how much it will be. We're going to have a moment with the children also who are in the house. So kindly brace yourselves for what is coming forth. But Mommy, I'm not going to get so much into the book. We're just going to interact with an experience that speaks directly to the lawyers, especially because in the book, without getting into the details, he recounts how he was arrested and detained under the rule of the late Idi Amin, His Excellency, the Field Marshal. And he talks about other several lawyers that were abducted and disappeared for speaking against the government, which of course is something that we identify with as rule of law in trying to ensure access to justice. But the question we're asking is about how that affected you as a mother at the time that was. Times were very critical. We have read, of course, in books of history about those moments, and we wonder how that affected you, because at that time practice was completely contrary to what we use today nowadays as the IBA standards of giving us, the lawyers, independence, giving us leeway to address our clients wherever they are, which of course we are seeing was curtailed. He recounts one of those as one of the most critical moments in his career as a lawyer. How did that one affect you?
I think I must say it strengthened me. At first, I was, like I told you, I was a simple girl with a Christian background. We are told to be humble. We are trained to run the home. But time came when I could not go to a lawyer to ask a lawyer to go and follow up where my husband was in prison. I had to do it myself. So what I did is I would get those children and put them with the grandma or with an auntie, and I would start looking around to see where has he been imprisoned. You would need to pay. There is corruption now, but even then there was a bit of corruption. Not much, not as much as now, I must say. I mean, it was bad, but the corruption is worse today. Are we together? Yes, the corruption today has never been like this. But to go and face, to get a soldier to tell you, or a policeman to tell you where the prisoner is, you would have to pay something. Not millions. We never used to talk in millions those days, but today millions, just like that. So that's it. It made me strong. Maybe God was preparing me for this other life which I have led towards the end of my life. But yes, it was bad, but I also thank God that I was able to to change and start fighting for my rights. Not our right. I started fighting for my rights. And I was converted to now start fighting for our
rights.
rights.
That is okay. Sometimes it's very important to be selfish so that you can be in position to serve the world. Otherwise, you can never come out of some challenges if you're not very intentional about what you want as an individual before going out to the world. Thank you so much. Mommy, the 1995 Constitution, you were very alive and present and active in its promulgation. Now, 30 years down the road, we would like to know, of course, you've spoken of something which is very key and a thorn in our lives, especially as the youth, of corruption. It has affected so many sectors of down. A lot of things are not good, the infrastructure and so much. How has the Constitution, in the excitement that it was promulgated, juxtaposed with the hope that Uganda was given when it was being promulgated in regard to keeping the rule of law alive? How has it been achieved in your humble view? And maybe how better? Of course, we already know that we're not performing so well. How best can we use the past experience, use your experience as an individual and as a leader to still breathe into the Constitution to ensure that the promise is achieved?
That's a difficult one, especially when you are talking to members of the Uganda Law Society. Because I think part of the problem is we are not punishing wrongdoers enough. We are pampering wrongdoing. We are pampering on both sides. When policemen do wrong things, they don't get punished enough. And then when the wrongdoer, when the thieves steal, we cover it up a bit. Yeah? So we need to be a bit strict. We need to assign a punishment to every wrong that we recognize. We identify a wrong and we attach a punishment so that when somebody does that wrong, we don't go to a politician to ask, what should we do about him? You do this, you get punished this way because we agreed on that. So when you go to do that wrong, you know that if I'm caught, this is what will happen. But today, things are not like that. We have become too soft. Is being soft the same as keeping the law? I don't know. How can we achieve both? Because the law cannot be followed by people who are unruly. And people are unruly because they see others not getting punished. When you don't punish this one, another one will come up. If you punish somebody, the one who was about to do it will say, let me stop. So I think I'm not the right person to answer that to the Law Society members. I'm a bit radical on that. We need punishments. Because God himself does punish. You tell me one religion that says that God does not punish. If God punishes in his kindness, why do you expect a government not to punish wrongdoers? So think about that.
Radical you are, and you are the radical neighbor. So you can be sure that question was intentional, and it is supposed to speak to the lawyers. Because like you said, you reap what you sow, and we are here to make sure in transparency, members who are not cognizant of the consequences of breaking the law are brought to book. And that is what the Uganda Law Society, as a watchdog of the government, is doing. So your stance, your radical stance, your you're perpendicular. You're very doctrinally perpendicular, and that is how the operation of the radical
Is
New
that
Birth
what
was.
perpendicular is about?
Yes, being
Because
radical.
I started hearing it last night.
Very perpendicular means you have to stand up to the occasion. Like you've just said, you have to be punished. And that's what we are trying to do. We're trying to call out the institutions and the departments of government that are doing less of their work, because the objectives of the Constitution, like we are all aware, only speak into independence of different departments, different government departments. Uganda Human Rights Commission, Uganda Law Society. Of course, now for the lawyers, you can imagine, we also supposed to be clothed by independence for us to do our work, for us not to consult, for us not to be interfered as far as the IBA standards are concerned, and the Constitution itself, because we are a statutory body. So when you speak about accountability, when you speak about, calling people out, we are also identifying, and it's also written in the Bible, like you said in the book of Psalms, you spare the rod and spoil the child. At that level that you're speaking, it begins from home. So if the lawyers cannot be brought to book, or if the public cannot be brought to book, then, as you've said, we're not able to manage rule of law. But maybe finally, and just before we break away from you, we would like to know how, in our celebration of the Rule of Law Week, while we honor Senior Counsel the late, what message, what eye-catching message would you like to render to the public, regardless of profession? Because rule of law, like you have told us and taught us, is supposed to be affecting everybody. And you are a mother. It's no longer about you being either a politician or anything else. As a mother, you're talking to young children. Some are grandchildren to you, Bazukuru. At this moment, how can you encourage the members out there in the public to partake of the activities that are coming? What are they going to benefit away from the Rule of Law Week celebration in honor of your sweetheart?
I think anybody who wants to honor the life of Sam Kaleganjura,
Yes.
go back home. I'm assuming that people have a home to go back to, and start saying no to things that violate the law. Start with yourself. As you sit down on your bed, when you are talking to your God, be honest, because you are the only one who knows exactly what it is you are doing that is ungodly. Say no to that. After you have said no yourself, then teach the people around you to say no. The people over whom you have influence, your children, your spouse, your brothers, sisters, your close friends, and that, because government cannot enforce the law alone. Government can't, because you use humans to enforce the law. And these humans, if they don't start from home, whatever you do, they will not enforce the law. So you get people, the civilians who don't want to follow the law, being supervised by policemen and soldiers who don't also want to follow the law. You will be here, you will read books, you will write books, you will die writing betrayal. So go back to your house and start from yourself.
Wow, thank you so much. Your network is your net worth. You have to build first from yourself and then go out from wherever you are, that you can impact the nation, you can impact the world. You need to build on your relationship currency. You need to build on your negotiation currency. We can see we've heard from a very intelligent service leader, a very intelligent, strong lady who is not going to stop communicating. We are very honored, Mommy, to have you with us, for you to make time. A round of applause to her. Words cannot express our gratitude. We have hosted so many different individuals in this house. You have been one of the most humble in that regard, and your wealth of history and knowledge speaks volumes to us. Thank you so much. We are still going to have you around. We want to take a chance to hear from the children who have escorted Mommy in the house, who of course have had a personal relationship away from Mommy with their late father. I'm very sure they have one or two things to tell us, to have that experience to share with us. We're going to turn the microphone to the head of department, Miss Afra Apio, to take us through another short question and answer session between the ULS and the children of Senior Counsel, the late Sam Njuba, who we are going to be celebrating in the week of the rule of law. Thank you so much. A round of applause for Mommy for now. And then also in preparation, we're going to welcome Miss Afra Apio. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Allow me to take this opportunity to thank Mama. Since we started having these conversations a few months ago, you've been very receptive, and we would really like to thank you. At no one point did you say no. Even yesterday when we asked you to join us for the X-Space, you were very, very, very accommodative. We thank you. I'd also like to thank you so much for the rich history this afternoon. And I have nothing useful to add on that. Mama came with two children this morning. That is Veronica Nantege Njuba, a daughter, and Colin K. Njuba, as Mama said, he's the baby Juba, as she said it. So I would just like to ask each one of you I'll start with Veronica. The ULS is celebrating this week's Rule of Law Week by honoring your father and the great contributions he made to this nation as a drafter of the Constitution, a president of Uganda Law Society, a former Minister of Justice and politician, among other titles. What does this mean to you? I believe you are a little bit of age and grew up with him. Kindly share with us what this means to you.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank the Uganda Law Society for honoring Daddy. Okay, all of you know him as all these titles that you have given up. You know, you've said. But for me, I know him as Daddy. Okay, I know him as Daddy. And so many times when I'm traveling, looking at people, visiting, I hear people talking about my father. And I'm thinking, wow, he was great. But that greatness comes after I've heard it from all of you. And then when I go back home and I reflect, think about what has happened, I start to remember some of the things he would tell me. You know, when we were growing up, our father was Yadi Mukambwe. You know, this one doesn't know that. But he was very, very tough. At one point, you would think he doesn't love you. But eventually, when we grew up, I asked Daddy, why why were you so tough? You know, we could have had so much fun together. This is when I started talking to him. And he was like, but if I had not done that, you wouldn't have turned out the way you did. So what it means to me is that he lived like he told us to live. And when Mama said it has to start from home, now I understand even better that he wanted us to be, you know, I don't know, he didn't say the rule of law as such, but that is what he was aiming at. You know, you put us right from the very beginning, and then later on in life, as we became friends, because growing up we were not his friends. Ngamukambwe, you know, he was not somebody to, you know, to joke around with until much later in life. So by the time we started joking around with him, we were really on the right path. And I think that was, that's what I can recognize from him, that he taught me right from wrong. He taught me that I needed to do right, even when nobody's looking. Like, even when there's no threat of prison or whatever, I needed to do the right thing. And from the stories I'm hearing from all of these other people around me, I think he lived by his word. I don't know if I've answered the question, but that's it.
Thank you so much, Veronica. Thank you. I now turn to Colin. Your parents are both major icons in Uganda's political history. What was it like growing up? I know you could have been quite young. And did you individually face any times of danger where you are worried about your family's safety?
Thank you very much. Them having all those titles, major, and then I see honorable, so and so, retired major, and all those big titles actually puts me under a lot of pressure. But I have to deal with it. My sister and my mom here usually tell me that I'm Anjuba. My good deeds will not be praised, but my wrongdoings will actually be exaggerated. So I always be cautious in whatever I'm doing, because I know I'm an ambassador for this family. Whenever I'm out there and I say I'm calling Kambugu Njuba, everyone is going to turn around and ask me, are you the son of the late? And then, you know, I'm living right under that, so I have to be very careful. And then when it comes to danger, I didn't really face any danger because I'm a plant kid, plant mulekwa. So I was born when all that was done. And I think I was safe. I didn't face any danger. Even when I you know, followed Daddy for his campaigns. He was in the FDC. I used to go with him for campaigns. I was very, very young, but I didn't face any danger. So I really thank God for that. I wasn't traveling in other people's names like these people did during the war. I held my head up because of what they fought for, and I thank God for that. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much, Colin and Veronica, for sharing with us your experience. We are so honored that you could have come to be with Mommy and share your experience with us. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Colin, you are a planned kid. And let's clap for him, okay? Pauline, Veronica, yourself, clearly you planned, the smile is all on your face. Thank you so much for identifying with us. We pray that the Lord bless you to climb higher than Daddy did. Of course, the challenge and the burden is on you who have had the first-hand experience to eat from his plate. The challenge is with mommy available next to you to I think discipline you. Like she said, she sounded a disciplinarian, which is a good thing. And we use this chance to appreciate you as children who have been very privileged. And like mommy said, it's by God's grace. We don't choose our families. If the Lord has blessed you with such iconic individuals, then you give the credit to God, but you start to run your own race, because the best they can do is simply be with you, but you're an individual on your own. So thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. We would like to ask Mommy to give us her parting shots very, very briefly, because we've come to the close of the agenda item. May you please bless us with parting shots about the Rule of Law Week, the whatever that you've said, just to bless us, just to bless us. We can't stop listening to you, but we have to, because of our program. Just give us parting shots.
What's that? That's a new term. Oh, closing remarks.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry about that. Thank you. The microphone, is it on?
You know I'm still analog.
Not so much. I don't want to say you have planned children next to you. Closing remarks, Mommy, because the others have given theirs. So we would like to hear from you, your last words, as we of course intend to interact further with you as time goes by. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Civil Moderator. And I wish to thank Uganda Law Society very, very much again on behalf of the Njuba family for giving us this opportunity. You know, also, even within the family, sometimes the year goes by, you are busy trying to survive, and you don't take off time to think about your loved one. But you have given us reason to make this September a month specifically dedicated to Sam Njuba. Somebody was saying, what did you call Sam Njuba, sweetheart, Bichi? For us, we never used to say those things. First of all, you just called him Tata Mama. You know, Tata Mama. Everybody in the house calls Tata Mama. These darling, sweetheart, what? These are modern things, they are your things. But thank you very much for allowing us to have time off to reflect on his work, his love, and his performance. And I pray, and please help me to pray for him wherever he is, that God forgives all his weaknesses and blesses him for the little good that he did for the country and for Africa. I thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. A very, very big round of applause to Mommy and the family that have graced this occasion. You've outdone yourselves to honor us. Yesterday you were on the X space. We listened in, and not any different from what you shared. You've been consistent. You are a true rule of law champion. Thank you very much once again. May God bless you. May God bless your family. May God bless your efforts. May He bless you with divine strength in everything that you're doing, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding unto you in the name of Jesus. Thank you so much once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still together. Those that are joining us online, we are very aware that you're with us. We thank you for always standing with us. The Radical New Bar, this is our 34th edition of the weekly press and public engagement, in which we interact with the public and members of the Uganda Law Society. We are live at the Uganda Law Society house. The excitement is still on. We've had a very wonderful close to 1 hour of knowledge and wisdom sharing from the family of the late Sam Njuba Senior Counsel, who was an icon and a leader, a politician in Uganda, who stood so much for the rule of law, and he is going to be celebrated as the program was read. For those that are just joining us, the program was read. There's going to be a very, very action-packed rule of law week starting on the 15th to the 19th. You are all welcome to participate. We have made a call to different categories of members of the public, lawyers, individuals, and generally the public to come and take part, either be a participant or a moderator or a speaker. There's going to be X spaces, there's going to be radio talk shows, there's going to be TV programs, there's going to be turn the vibe on as far as sports is concerned to ensure that the Radical New Bar especially achieves its 4Ds tenets of reaching out to the public in all different aspects. We are very grateful, and that has been agenda item number 2. We are going to the last one because of time. We want to still take us back to the Tech Fest. We are not going to get tired. Like we mentioned earlier on, there were so many awards that were given out for exceptional performances by different individuals and government departments and companies that are in the digital tech world, and we keep on recognizing as far as giving awards is concerned. And with us in the house, we have Smogel, who is a technical advisor who received the President's Appreciation Award, and we would like to take the honor to issue that present or the award in as far as that individual is concerned, and thereafter we shall go for the most exciting of all, especially in regard to the ultimate prize at the Tech Fest that was won. And remember very well, it was a Mercedes-Benz, and we have the winner in the house. We are going to be getting to that after the Honorable Treasurer has awarded has given the present to the winner of this President's Appreciation Award. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Treasurer of the Uganda Law Society presenting this award to Chris Mogul, who is a technical advisor, among others that won a present. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. MC. I take this special honor to present the President's Appreciation Award to Mr. Chris Mogul. Mogul? Okay. So it says, in gratitude for your outstanding dedication and contribution to the resounding success of the Tech Fest 2025, advancing digital transformation and shaping a progressive future of the Uganda of Uganda and the Uganda Law Society in particular, we hereby present you with the President's Appreciation Award for the year 2025, signed by Isaac K. Semakade, Senior Counsel, President of the Uganda Law Society. Congratulations, Mr. Chris. At this juncture, Mr. Chris, Mr. Chris, before you leave, we expect a small acceptance speech from you. In the interest of time, please make it as short as possible.
Thank you very much, Uganda Law Society. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I am Christopher Muchwa Moga's gift, and for this reward and for this appreciation, I am just getting started. Thank you.
Congratulations once again, Mr. Chris. This juncture, let me call again the MC to lead us in the next activity.
Thank you so much, the governor of the Uganda Law Society, the money bags, and you know, whenever he speaks, then money has passed by me. So I encourage you to see him after this. He has some goodies for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tech Fest, once again, bang the Benz. When I say bang, you say Benz. Bang,
Benz.
bang.
Benz.
When I say bang, you say Benz. Bang,
Benz.
bang.
Benz.
That was the lyrics of what happened 3 weeks ago. We had Tech Fest, we had prizes to be won, we had various prizes, and the ultimate prize was a Mercedes Benz. And in the name of Jesus, one of the winners or one of the participants who is in the house won a Mercedes Benz. Yeah. So the Radical Nuba doesn't joke. We speak and we act, unfiltered and scripted. And you know, when we have Mama here, we want her to see that we are the vibe. The Uganda Law Society is the vibe, the Radical Nuba. We speak and we act. We spoke about having you here, and here you are, and would like you to witness our Benz winner, who is one other than Advocate Muhwezi, who is in the house. Yeah! Thank you. We would like to brief you about the program. It's going to be unusual. We're going to give out the Benz in public out of this place, and Muhwezi is going to sit in the Benz, watch it start, and then give the evidence after. In the meantime, we're going to have him for 1 minute. He gave his acceptance speech. No need. We go down. We're going to introduce Miss Sheila, who is going to take us through the program and ask us to guide us to move where we're going to have the actual celebration and the issuance of the key and the Benz at that. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome with us Advocate Sheila, who is in the house. Thank you so much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to Mami Njuba for honoring us and the children as well. We are honored to have you at the beginning of our Rule of Law Week. Your husband stood so much for the rule of law. It's an honor to host you here. Yes, my name is Sheila Namahe. I'm Managing Partner, Maxim Advocates, and I'm here to speak on behalf of our President, Senior Counsel Isaac Chimaze Semakade. First of all, the Radical Nuba had the first ever Digital Transformation Festival on the 14th and the 15th of last month, and I would like us to give a round of applause for the whole team that made that possible. But the festival would not have been possible without the help of the sponsors. So I would like to thank the sponsors once again. They were the people who gave us the funds and the facilitation to make the festival a success. I'll read out a list of some of the sponsors. We would like to thank MTN Uganda for the sponsorship for the Digital Transformation Festival, MTN Mobile Money, Stanbic Uganda, Nation Media Group, Uganda Registration Services Bureau, National Social Security Fund, Abmac Associates, Advocates and Legal Consultants, the Vision Group, Milimo Technologies, Diamond Advocates, Bluebell Legal Advocates, National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board, S&L Advocates, Parliament of Uganda, Safe Border. I would also like to thank the TechFest exhibitors, Milima Technologies Limited, MTN Uganda Limited, National Social Security Fund, Uganda Registration Service Bureau, UTAMU, Diamond Advocates, CIPESA, ILEX, Legal IT, NIRA, Lawbot Africa, Vision Group, Safe Border Uganda, Law Development Center, ULI, ECMIS, Personal Data and Protection Office, and Magezi Harvest Limited. Let's give a round of applause to our exhibitors and our sponsors. Of course, the festival would not have been a festival without the TechFest speakers and moderators. And as much as we had very many remarkable people speaking, we had Professor Venetius Rnblive, Honorable Norbert Mao graced our event, Honorable Justice Geoffrey Kirabire, Council Robert Kirunda, to mention but a few. We thank you all for having made this festival possible, and we appreciate you as the Radical Nuba. Digitalization was part of our 4Ds, and we thank you for moving this journey with us. But today we are here to bang the Benz. I would like to invite the winner of Bang the Benz, Advocate Muhwezi Thari, to come and give us a brief speech and a brief acceptance speech. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, I would like to thank Uganda Law Society for this wonderful gift that I was able to win, having attended the Tech Law Fest physically. I'm here with some of my work colleagues and a colleague of mine from my cohort as we became members of the bar. Two, actually. I needed some witnesses here to be with me while I receive this special gift. Thank you again to the Radical New Bar. Thank you to the president of the Law Society, the organizing committee of the Tech Law Fest. Bang the Benz. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. I'd like to request that Madame Njoba blesses you. You know, for advocates, our first prestige is a Benz. There's actually a whole dissertation. The lawyers here, I encourage you to go and read the dissertation, that when you're a lawyer and you have not driven a Benz, you have not yet become a lawyer. So, welcome.
Thank you.
I didn't know why someone knew about a Benz in the end. Because when we disintegrated as a country and some of us went to the bush, I was driving a Benz, and that's one way that I was being identified. Look for a woman driving this. So it has a lot of meaning in the profession. And I am happy. I didn't get the name. Muhwezi Ronald. I am very happy and privileged to be the one to hand this key to you for the wonderful work and for having won the competition. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. And win many more awards. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm handing over the mic back so that we get to the MC so that we have the next agenda item.
Yes. That will take long.
Guys, you want to join me for a photo?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Thari, for being an awesome winner and identifying with us. We would like to guide on the next program. We are going to meet downstairs where the Benz is, and we shall not return as far as this function is concerned. So we'd like to welcome the treasurer of the Uganda Law Society to give us closing remarks and move us forth to the next item, which is downstairs. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Mr. MC. I see everyone is fired up and ready to see and confirm that indeed the bench is being given out. At this juncture, let me, Madam Gertrude, at this juncture, on behalf of the Radical Nuba, would like to thank you for sparing time and honoring the invitation. Your presence is something that is remarkable. Thank you so much for sharing the insights, the knowledge, and the wisdom for the 82 years that you've been on this world. We also take this opportunity to thank the other panelists. I know he has stepped out because of official engagements. The Honorable Justice Henry Adonyo, we thank him for the work he has done, and indeed it confirms the award that has been given to him by the Radical New Bar. And indeed it confirms why the Radical New Bar has indeed awarded him the Lifetime Excellency Award. I also take this opportunity to thank you, the persons who have been here from the very beginning, the advocates, the visitors, especially the children of the late Sam Njuba. We thank you for keeping the light burning, ensuring that you keep the legacy of the late Sam Njuba. He is a historical figure. He is one of the foundational pillars of this country, and I believe that not only you, but also the nation at large will be able to build on what he actually was able to. Yes, of course, I also need to thank the lawyers and all other persons that are online who have been following whatever has been going on from the very beginning. Though you're not here physically, but we do appreciate your online presence. And of course, as we move around and we interact with so many people, we did capture your experiences with the Radical New Bar. To the journalists, to the organizers, and everybody, thank you so much for keeping up to tabs with the Radical New Bar. Of course, Madam Major General, retired Major General Gertrude Njuba has been talking about the book, The Betrayal. Yeah, This is the book that Madame Anjua has been talking about, our grandmother. It actually tells you a lot about the actions, the wisdom, the principles, the thoughts of the late Samuel Kalenga Njuba Senior Council, a former minister, a former chairman. By then he was called chairman. Now we call him president, but by then it was chairman, Uganda Law Society, a former council member. So this book runs for, you can get a hard copy of this book at 100,000. Then a soft copy, you can get it at 50,000 Uganda shillings. You can reach out to the secretariat, you can reach out to the children of Mr. Samuel Kalenga Njuba for further details. I believe everyone should leave this hall with a copy of this book, because a lot has been shared, but imagine if you have this with you and you can always refresh your mind and keep abreast with whatever principles the late Samuel Kalenga Njuba had in mind. Of course, we are heading into the moment where we are handing over the Benz to Mr. Arnold. Mr. Arnold, congratulations. You are lucky. We are over 8,000 lawyers. So emerging out as the winner is an extraordinary blessing from the Almighty Father. This is not just a car. This is a testament that we believe will be the cornerstone on which we shall be able to not only build what we are calling the digital technological advancements in the legal profession, but also to motivate and be an inspiration to the young lawyers. We believe you will be our brand ambassador for whatever happened in the Digital Transformation Festival, because that was the real highlight of whatever transpired in that festival. Of course, I have to also congratulate other winners. I may not be able to mention the names, but congratulations to all of you who were awarded by the Radical New Bar. Keep up the spirit, keep up the good works. We believe you will be all right. Of course, we also need to thank our sponsors, just as they have been read out by our own, Ms. Sheila, not forgetting UNICAF in particular. It played a very critical role in supporting, advising on the Digital Transformation Festival that indeed happened. Those who are on the screen, you can see that is the base that they're talking about. It is real. It is real. It was never a fallacy, as claimed by some people. It is real, and I think at this juncture, allow me close this gathering and advise that we slope down. All the activities are going to be done close to the main entrance, where we shall be handing over the brand new Mercedes-Benz to Mr. Arnold. So with those few remarks, I will close this meeting and advise that we follow the Secretariat members who shall lead us downstairs. Thank you so much.
Social and political import. It goes like this. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz?
Welcome to the Law Development Center Legal Alerts, your trusted source for the latest developments.
To find me, I wait for delivery. each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next one. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me? So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? That's it. Mercedes Benz. My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 trying to find me. Wait for delivery. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? That's it. Benz. My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Everybody, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. I like to do a song of great social and political import. Won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So, oh Lord, won't you buy me? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends
last one out. Every time I turn around, my friends are talking about Porsche, TV, lots of cash money. They're looking on my things like me being someone funny. I'm just another face, but I'm not up in the
right now here.
On my knees, I beg of you, a red Mercedes Benz. Little retribution for the dissing of my friends. On my knees, I beg of you, a red Mercedes Benz. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
Appreciation. Yeah.
But as a nation, again, I know I'm going to the process. This because it's the head office, so I don't think it will be something organization.
What's from the gate? You see the gate before entering? Is that it?
No, it's at the head office, Clement Hill Road. There's no parking inside. It's not for you.
So it's over the road.
We don't have the security clearance. Alternative parking is in Garden City. Maybe we could do that then.
Actually, I think we can just sit in seats like that. And that's it.
No. He has to be given a small boy. Yes.
So,
You can get to that is possible.
that's fine.
Yeah,
That's okay.
There's another vehicle with the one of the drivers. Some of them. You cannot try, but when it's straight.
Yeah,
Just that. Where's the foot? Get them, come. Yeah, sure. Come and hold for us. Give the last time to give you. Come on, okay. Come back. That's very far. That's very far for the network. Let's come. Sorry, just climb back. Is this okay? Yeah, we want to start very shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, here we are. As we had said, we are still on with the Tech Fest, and we are awarding the most important prize from what we call the Tech Fest Bang the Benz prize, the ultimate prize that was won by our very, very, very diligent participant who did everything that was necessary to win the Benz, and he won it. It was announced then. He gave his acceptance speech, and today we are here to hand him over the key, and the most important is the Benz in the presence of the public, and we've had a very good opportunity to fill the Benz. We've had an opportunity to pack it and know that it is in very good state, and here we are. Mr. Muhezi is going to be he has been given the keys. You can show the keys as the treasurer gives out the key. As you can see, he received it from up. He's receiving it from here. We have Sheila, who is a stalwart. We have the treasurer of the Uganda Law Society. And we have the most perpendicular Benz winner, who cannot say he did not get it because the key is there, the Benz is there, and we have the public available to watch, especially those that are here with us, both physically and those that are online. Ladies and gentlemen, the most perpendicular Benz has been presented to the most perpendicular winner, who has come with a team of his workmates and has everything to walk away happy about that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to majestically escort him out of the ULS premises and follow him in form of a convoy, we're going to have a ride with him up to the official parking of his workplace, that is Garden City, is that right? And then from there, we shall see him off with the blessings that he has received from Madame Njuba Senior Counsel, the late Sam Njuba's beautiful wife, who has blessed him with a blessing and given him all that he needs to move away as a winner that deserves to win what he's taken over. So ladies and gentlemen, we would like to witness Mr. Muhezi get into the vehicle with the individuals who awarded them to him. They're going to, yeah? Yes? You're moving so fast. Let guys have the field. Let guys have the field. Let us witness this. We act as we promised, and we are going to have Mr. Muhezi get into the vehicle. We're going to have him start it. We're going to have him drive out majestically. We're going to have him escorted by the most perpendicular ULS escorts, who are going to escort him up to where he's going to park as his official parking. He's being joined by his colleagues at workplace who wanted to really come and see whether Mr. Muhezi was just absconding from work or he had actually come for the actual base that he said he had won. Ladies and gentlemen, the feeling is real. We're going to have an individual who is going to share with him his experience of how it feels, what it means to be a winner of the most ultimate prize of the Tech Fest. Mr. Muhezi begins the car. As we are seeing, we are going to escort him, all cameras on deck. Here we are, this is Mr. Muhezi. Okay, the car has begun. Are we together, Mr. Muhezi? All right. Let's go. The seatbelts are in check. His colleagues are in check. He's moving with the governor of Uganda Law Society, Mr. Arthur Itziko, who is going to escort him up to when he will exit, and Mr. Muhezi will go to his official parking and brag about being the ultimate winner of the Tech Fest prize, which was a brand new Mercedes-Benz. We're very sure there's nothing less that can be done other than bless him with what he has won. Right, as you can see, he's walking out, he's driving out. He came in walking, he's moving out driving. We kept saying that, ladies and gentlemen. He came in walking and he's moving out driving. Double indicators. All right. There we go. Okay, all right.
Another face, but I'm not up in the clouds. Flying your first class, no cash, not allowed. Wish you could go where the cool ones go. Down tomorrow, Ritz, or even San Paulo. Look at me, how can it be? I'm living on my own. Broken seller, can't you tell I can't afford a phone? I work all day for a little bit, somebody make my life. Take me from the misery, the poverty and strife. I'm going back where I began, cause love is kicking in. On my knees, I'm begging you, a red Mercedes Benz. Little retribution for the dissing of my friends. On my knees, I'm begging you, a red Mercedes Benz.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all got Porsches. I must make amends. I worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all got Porsches. I must make amends. I worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes